Hey everybody, it's Andrew here with Let's Park and the Let's Park podcast, and we have some exciting Universal news. So let's dive into that, shall we? All right. So today, the Orange County in Florida has had their emergency task force meeting, and Universal came out with their proposal for reopening. It's kind of crazy, and I'm super excited for everything that's about to happen. It does now. This is all just proposal. It's not something that is finalized. It has to go through the governor still. But if this is what they want to do, it's pretty exciting with the future and what's happening and how fast it seems like we're going to reopen and get back into the parks. So basically, what happened is I'm going to go over a few things. 'Cause I have a lot here, so bear with me. If you're listening, you can follow along online too, or just go on the YouTube. So straight up, they're trying to do a June 1st opening. Now, this is all proposed, so this can all change. It has to go to the governor, like I said. June 1st opening for staff members. Then they're going to do a June 3rd opening for annual pass holders, invited guests, that kind of stuff. And they're planning on doing June 5th public opening. So within the June 1st and June 2nd, they're going to be doing more of a testing the new limits, testing out what they're doing, testing out the new restrictions that they have in place to make sure they get all the kinks and everything out of the way and kind of test it to make sure it's good to go. Uh, Third to fourth is going to be your annual pass holders, some invited guests to then further test the system to get more people in there. And then hopefully by June 5th is when they're supposed to have a big opening. Of course, this also comes at a limited capacity. They did not tell us the limited capacity of what's going to happen. However, they were saying that they worked with their team in order to ensure that the 6 foot distance and sometimes even further um, guidelines that have been put in place for social distancing are being upheld and are doing what they need to do. So there's tons and tons of things that are happening. But they didn't say anything about how many people and what's going to happen as far as ticketing and who gets let in. Are annual pass holders first? Who knows what's going to happen? That is all going to be happening very shortly, I'm assuming, since everything's just changing so rapidly and so fast. So let's go into a few of the cliff notes and the what am I trying to say here? The nice presentation that they planned out. First off, listening to this meeting is like watching 50 old people on Zoom not knowing what they're doing. It's hilarious. But good for them. I'm glad someone's getting done. But Grandma Nana, if you need tech support, don't call me. It was really painful to watch, but they got it done. So that's all we want, right? Zoom is. I know technology is difficult. Um, so let's see. I'll put these up in the video. So they had a really nice layout and everything. So it's like they laid out everything from literally like before you enter the park to the hotels, the transportation, everything like that, security, city walk, front entry. They literally listed everything that they had from buying your tickets to leaving and making sure that it was all laid out, which is awesome, including the team members and that kind of stuff. Um, so everyone's getting changed. Everything's getting changed for the better. I'm going to go off on some things. They talked about the touch points. So anything you touch, they're trying to reduce anything. Um, Fast passes, that kind of stuff. Anything that you come in contact with, they're pretty much trying to eliminate now and become more of a contactless situation, be it um, how you get on the rides, how you order your food, how you get your tickets. Everything's going to be touchless now. So a few things that they mentioned right away: temperature checks for all guests and employees. This is a big one. This is for everybody. So you're going there, you're getting in the city walk, you're going to get your temperature checked. You're going to have a mask on. That's it. Listen, guys, this is what we got to deal with, and I'm totally fine with that. So, if we got to get back to the parks, we got to sacrifice a few things, we got to wear a mask, then let's do it. Let's have some fun. Let's make the best out of this. Um, Mobile ordering for food. both front and back of the house, they were saying. So I'm assuming that everything will be online ordered now. I mean, and they will have um, paper menus. There's no reusable menus. So if you do want to use a menu, you can do that. However, mobile ordering is amazing. I think every place should have mobile ordering, and I'm glad that this is coming to the future of having this happen because mobile ordering is amazing. You can go to Disneyland and do mobile ordering, whatever you want, and skip all the lines. So I'm hoping that this becomes a thing because I think it's going to really streamline a lot of stuff, especially in the future. So they also talked about break rooms, social distancing, a lot of stuff with their employees that they're going to be really just making sure that the employees are checked. They're going to make them self temperature check at home. They're going to do a questionnaire. How are you feeling? That kind of stuff. Any costuming that they're going to have, they're going to one person has to wear that and that's it. So they're really taking any risks out of this, and it makes sense. They don't want this to come back and then be the blame for this. They would never want that because then we're going to have a whole different ball game and different situation. Um, the one cool thing that they did say is if you don't bring a mask because they are mandatory, they will provide you with a disposable one, which is really nice. It's awesome. I mean, if you got to come in the park and you don't have a mask, then yeah, they should give you one. But come on, people, they got some sweet masks out there now. I got this sweet Disney one. Ooh, I'll wear that thing all the time. Um, so let's go into some more stuff. I know I'm briefly going to touch on some of these bullet points, and then of course we'll keep updating everyone throughout the. Look at this one hair right here. If you can hear that, that's my hair. It's just coming all over the place. That's what she said. Anyways, so let's see what else we have. Definitely going to be less people in the park. They didn't say a capacity and what it's going to be, but they are going to be. It's going to be limited. They just never put a number. They basically were saying that their max capacity was one thing, and then they changed their max capacity based off the new guidelines that they're doing. So they know exactly how many people are going to be comfortable with having. Um, a big one, no interactive play areas. So anything for the kids that's interactive and playing is off limits. There was no real reason or way they could really make that safe. So for now they are closing those off, which I know will be a big one for a lot of the families. I mean, those are cool areas to have the kids go and play. However, this is what we got to deal with now. So if we get it back eventually, then I'm okay with it. So long as we can get in those parks and have a good time and make the best out of what this is, I think we'll all be happy about that. If there's any water or mist elements on any rides, they are doing away with that. So this doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to do away with water rides. It's more of like sprays and mists in rides, like in Harry Potter, where the spider shoots you in the face. Spoiler alert. And those kinds of elements. They're just trying to reduce anything. They didn't say anything about the water rides, so I'm assuming that the water rides are still going to open, just because it's just tons of water. So it's like going to the ocean at that point. So it's more of the misting elements. But I could be wrong. They didn't really brief on that, so we'll have to update you soon. More rides are going to be using the virtual queue line, which is awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know a lot of people don't like the virtual queues for some of these rides, but I personally enjoy them because I don't want to wait that long on a ride. So I think this is going to make everything um, way smoother of an experience where you're going to be able to go do something, wait in a line somewhere else, come back. That's what the virtual queue lines are all about. You can go do other stuff in the park while you're virtually waiting. Um, this one, this one definitely took it beat me down a little bit. No more single rider lines. Now, of course, it's all temporary. This is get the back open. This isn't a forever thing, but no more single rider lines, which actually, that gets me. I'm usually single riding, so to have no more single rider, that's gonna be a big one. But I understand it's for something with space. And I'm not sure. I forgot what he said, but no more single rider. Um, no more post-show meet and greets. So a lot of the times the cast would come out afterwards of all these shows. That's going to be gone. Um, Let's see what else. Uh, then he went over. They went over more of the stuff with restaurants and that kind of stuff. Like I already said, they're going to be using single serve or single use. Um, what am I trying to think of? They're going to be using single serve menus, which is awesome. Mobile ordering, contactless payment, Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, that kind of stuff. Just making sure that things are a lot more streamlined and you just don't touch anything. Also, they will be using cash. You can use cash, but they are saying try not to. Let's see. Team members will be doing self checks, temperature checks when they arrive. I know they're going to have more breaks. They're going to have to wash their hands every 30 minutes. There's all kinds of very um, stringent uh, new restrictions that are being in place, which is good. If that's what we gotta do to open the parks, then I'm all about it. Of course, when you get into City Walk, you will be entering the area where you got a security screening, temperature checks, that kind of stuff, mask check, whatever you need. That'll be at the entrance of City Walk. There'll be no more valet. They don't want anyone in your car. That just makes sense. Um, Ambassadors will be everywhere in order to make sure that if anyone has any questions, that they're able to answer them about the new procedures and that kind of stuff. Just keeping the general public informed and whoever's there, because not everyone goes on these YouTube channels. Not everyone checks this kind of stuff. So of course, there's going to be people that's showing up saying, "Hey, we're open," but they don't read. So that's good that people are going to be informed. Hand sanitizer is going to be everywhere in the park, um, before and after each ride, getting on and off rides. In each entrance of the park, it's basically going to be everywhere in the park. Um, and I believe they're putting more bathrooms and more hand washing stations as well. And I'll make sure to post some of this stuff in the video. They're going to be doing more signage. The signage is going to be, they've already put up most of it. And I think they are actually, I think they already put it all up. It's new signage about 6 feet apart, that kind of stuff. Just making sure that everyone knows what's going to happen. And they also have signs of the signage to make sure everyone knows exactly what's going on and how they're uh, what they mean. So that's going to be cool. It's going to be cool to see everything happening. Then, of course, there'll be another signage in order for the attraction layout. So that way, they're just really, everything that they're doing is just making sure everyone knows what's going on. And I think that's the best part about this is because I think this is going to help even the future for theme parks and making sure everyone's just sanitized. You know, you want to be safe at a park. In the theme park, you never want to worry about your safety and your sanitary sanitation. But I think this is going to give us a good eye-opening experience too. That if we got to do a few sacrifices in order to get the parks open, but then do some sanitizing, extra sanitizing, hey, why not? I'm all for it. I cannot wait to go back. Um, that's all I got on the cliff notes from now. I'm sure there's tons more. I'm super excited. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get out there right at for June 5th. I am looking into it, but of course, this is also has to go to the governor still. So this is all going to be. We don't know when this is going to be. How long this process is going to take. How long it's going to be. And this plan could not even happen. Who knows? However, this is the plan, and it was voted unanimously by the task force in Orange County, which is a great thing. Um, and I believe so. Disney or SeaWorld hasn't done anything yet. So I'm assuming Universal's probably going to Universal's probably going to be setting the precedent for what's happening now, um, which I would imagine Disney's going to come and do some sort of something in the next day or two, or they're probably waiting to see how the governor is going to react. There are tons of things happening at all times right now, so it's kind of neat and it's kind of crazy. I mean, it does. This is a very difficult situation right now. It has affected a lot of us. Me and personally have been hit pretty hard by this. Um, but you gotta keep your head up, and I hope we can get to the park soon with these guidelines in line, because I know I want a butterbeer like there's no tomorrow. I want to go ride these rides. I want to see Harry Potter. I want to, there's so much I want to do. There's so much I miss. I know you all miss it as well. And I know you're all thinking, let's get back to the park, but let's be safe about it. And I know a lot of people are concerned about, the heat. Oh my God, what's going to happen with a mask? I live in California and we wear masks all the time. It's not that bad, guys. I get it, the humidity, and if you're not used to wearing one, it does stink a little bit. But you know what? I'll suffer just a tiny bit to get on those rides. I definitely will. Inconvenience me just a tad. I'm still in a theme park after all. So, uh, yeah, so there's a lot of stuff happening, lots of stuff going on. I'm super excited for what's happening. But I do want everything to be safe because this is not something to take light. I do not want this to come back. I don't want this to be well, we have spikes now because of the parks, because that means it's going to be open or it's going to be shut down even longer. So, yeah, guys, let me know what you think about the new proposals. Put it in the comments below on YouTube, or if you're listening, I don't know, go to YouTube if you're listening on Spotify. Um, but yeah, make sure to comment, subscribe, all that kinds of stuff. I'm gonna try and do these like little tidbits, these little shorter episodes. Zach actually is essential, so cannot be skyping in order to do this, and so we could discuss. I'm sure in the next up and coming days, we're gonna probably do a bunch of other stuff too. So, anyways, guys, I will keep you posted. Make sure to stay safe out there, and like always, let's park it.